Hola, minasan! Welcome back to another round of One Piece. We just finished our long part. What a beautiful ending, beautiful timing. And this is big because we're heading into chapter 100 tonight, and I'm very excited. This is a very big milestone for me. I never thought in a million years I would hit 100. And I'm glad that I chose to make this a jumbo size edition for One Piece. If I had it my way, if I really had it my way, honestly, everybody, I would do this every day, 5 chapters for 365 days, and and I would be able to cover 1,500 chapters in one whole year. But sadly, it's not meant to be because I do have other obligations and schedules to deal with. So the best I could do is 5 chapters a show per week. So thankfully, getting to 100 is a big deal at this point, and I do look forward to. I am hoping for another 100 more. At the very least, baby steps, baby steps, baby steps. That's what it's all about. But yeah, stay tuned for the end of the show because I'm going to give my assessment for the first 100 chapters because wow, man, it is pretty freaking amazing. But first, we got to get through these chapters and get to 100. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? I'm ready. So, without further ado, let's get reading. One Piece by Eiichiro Oda, Chapter 96, The Meanest Man in the East. Ah, did you raise the price again? Nami said as she held a 100 berry coin up in the air and with a scowling face. You're charging it too much. She stood before a bird with a with a bag around its neck, reading newspaper, giving her a salute while taking the beratement. Caw, the bird said, and she slipped in the coin and took the newspaper in hand. Oh, if you raise it again, I'm not buying from you anymore, she said as Usopp sighed. What's a paper or two? It adds up if you buy one every day. You're done collecting money, aren't you? Don't be stupid. She pointed at Usopp as he raised his hand up to ignore her. Now that all long is gone, it's time to make money for myself. I don't want to be a penniless pirate. Stop squawking, he said as he managed holding a bottle in his hand and stared at a weird contraption before him. I'm trying to develop the ultimate killer, the pepper sauce star. Anyone who gets this in his eye won't stand a chance. And Luffy tumbles into Usopp, causing the bottle of pepper to splash into his eyes. Hands off, dude. Oh. Hands off! Dude. Go! Usopp screamed as flames engulfed his eyes, and he started rubbing his his eyelids in pain. What, dude? Can I just have one? Luffy says he sat up and screamed out at Sanji. No! And there was Sanji standing before three bushels of tangerines with his arms crossed as a bodyguard. This is Nami's Tangerine Grove. I won't let you touch them. Okay, dude, I'm in too good of a mood to fight. Luffy smiled with glee. Nami, I shall guard this grove with all my love in my heart. Ah, thank you, Sanji. Nami smiled as she, slightly smiled as she read the newspaper. Zolo, watching everyone from the distance, sneered. She's got him wrapped around her finger. As he leaned back with his hands behind his head. Yo! Usopp screamed as more flames from the hot sauce engulfed him. Yay, dude, we're finally sailing for the Grand Line. Luffy threw his arms up in the air. But Nami sighed, knowing that she's surrounded by a bunch of children. Ah, the world short is in turmoil. starting with here. Meanwhile, there was another coup d'etat in theater. She flipped the page, reading on. Huh? It's an ad. Ah, my face. Nami threw found the page slipping off and landing onto the ground, and then suddenly something caught their attention. Oh, dude, Z. Oh. Ah. And at long last, the merry-go sails for the Grand Line. I have no idea what happened, but I can tell you the merry-go is sailing nice and calmly in the seas. Meanwhile, in pseudo Japan, the bamboo filled up with water and it tilted over with the plunk, spilling out the water over a rock as a frog just chills there, all depressed and sad looking, with a wooden bridge going over the nice little lily pad. It was a big feudal Edo style building, which is the Navy headquarters under the direct control of the world government itself. Japan fully ruling over all that is the entire globe, is lined up with daimyo and yakuza smoking their cigarettes and blunts as they waited very patiently to drink their sake. Let me see. If this is who I think this is, who'd be a good voice for him? Old grandpa, huh? I don't want to go with the same voice though. I don't want to go with that deep voice. Hey, Luffy. Nah. Well, since I don't have Johnny and Yosaku anymore, what about if I go with that pseudo British voice? So you're saying that our branch units are unable to deal with these pirates? That is correct. Because I already gave Mihawk Hank Hill's voice. So you're saying that our branch? Nah, that's not good. I don't know. I guess I'll stick with the pseudo Brit voice. So you're saying that our branch units are unable to deal with these pirates? Ooh, that sounded a little bit Obi-Wan there. That sounded a little Obi-Wan. Ooh, hello there. I'm Obi-Wan Kenobi. Should I go with that? Yeah, why not? Why not? Pseudo Obi-Wan. Pseudo Obi-Wan. Well, hello there. So you're saying that our branch units are unable to deal with these pirates? That is correct. Huh. I'm sorry, I'm just getting a little ahead here. Cause is that? No, that's not him. Because he would have had the poodle hat, right? Grandpa. Huh. This is a new guy. It's not Luffy's grandpa. Is it? No, because he would have had the poodle hat. Oh my gosh, this is a lot of voices. Then, let's see. Burger the Clown, 15 million. Don Krieg, the Pirate Armada, 17 million. Sawtooth Arlong of the Fishman Pirates, 20 million. The average reward in the East Blue is 3 million barrels. Is 3 million barrels. No. This is brand new. Commander Brand New. Well, that's a name. Brand new. I didn't expect to be this many characters in one go here. Let's see here. Who can I pull off? I don't want that type of voice. Man. Hmm. And the funny thing is that all three of them were beaten. all three of them have been beaten by Luffy. Let me see. Um, oh, what about Schwarzenegger? I'll be back. Buggy the Cloud. Yeah, you know what? Schwarzenegger. There we go. Buggy the Cloud, 50 million. Don Krieger the Pirate Armada, 17 million. Sawtooth Erlanger the Fishman Pirates, 20 million. The average reward in the East Blue is 3 million. Baddies. Commander Brand New, Navy Headquarters with his rocking sunglasses, rattles off all the wanted posters. But each of these pirates is worth over 10 million. Their pirate rings have now been smashed. Starting a reward at 30 million is unprecedented, but we believe it's necessary. We must nip this evil in the bud before it spreads. He's Brand New slapped the wanted poster of Monkey D. Luffy, presenting it to wow. Okay. Presented it to everybody. Mm. Huh. Who is this guy? Mm. Let's see here. Lead Marine. Hmm. I mean, I don't have a problem giving them all of them the scratchy voice like I gave the chef. Hey, what? No, but then he might end up. No. Huh. Anyone who wants to leave is free to do so. This is the stronghold of liberty in this age of pirates. No weakness is permitted here. No, that's not a good voice. I don't know. Alright, yeah, that's Along's voice. What haven't I done yet? Dang, I haven't done anything. Hmm. Mm, I don't know, I think I ran out of voices. Who haven't I done yet? Nah, I can't do that voice. That's what kills my throat. Ooh, yeah. Nah, I can't do Macho Man's voice anymore. Huh. Well, let's see. Anyone who wants to run. Nah, that's not gonna work. Yeah, I'm already feeling it. What do I just let them all speak British? Except for Brand New. I already gave him that. You know what? I'll give the Marines primarily British accents. That's pseudo British. We'll go lazy mode. Anyone who wants to live is free to do so. This is the stronghold of liberty in this age of pirates. No weakness is permitted. It's not the fault of the citizens if they fall prey to cutthroats. We are justice. If evil forces seal the seals, it's up to us, to the Navy, to use our might to crush them. The elite Marine stretched his arms out to all the captains of the Marines, and they all stood up in attention. In the name of absolute justice, and everyone and everyone's coats flapped into the wind with the sound of doom, and they screamed out, "Yes, sir! We'll jump for you, sir!" Meanwhile, back on the merry-go. Aha, dude. Luffy laughed out loud and smiled with glee as he held his wanted poster up. We're wanted dead or alive. They say we're worth 30 million berries. Let's turn ourselves in and make some money. Ah, as usual, you guys have no idea how serious this is. The Navy's hunting you, Luffy. Nami slapped her forehead. At that price, headquarters is probably involved. The toughest bounty hunters are gonna come after you. Look, I'm known all over the world. Usopp pointing at himself on the wanted poster with glee, and Sanji became very frustrated. You're grinning like an idiot. He took a puff of his smoke. It's nothing to brag about. Don't be jealous. If you get to be a big shot, you might get they might put you on a poster too, even if you aren't a captain. This is no time to be relaxing in East Blue. Nami wiped the sweat of her brow as she she kept her composure at the situation. Okay, dudes, let's set sail for the Grand Line. Yeah, yeah. The Sanji and Usopp cheered. Hey, the Zolo said, pointing out into the ocean. There's an island over there. Ah, there it is. If we see that island, then we're approaching the Grand Line. Wow, we're already at that point? Woo. That's what a famous rock town is. They call it the town of the beginning and of the end. It's like God, only it's an island. The pirate king Godorajara was born there and executed there. She said as they were passing by the island. Dude, it's where the pirate king died. That's what I said. Want to go there? She smiled as she brushed her hair back. Rogue Town, town of the beginning and the end, where God lives. Wow, dude. Luffy threw his arms up into the air as he watched the people go about their business with all the tall buildings and all the shops lined up. This place is huge. So, this is where the Age of Pirates began? Right. I'm going to go see the execution scaffold. I want to know what it's like to get hanged. He wasn't hanged, you fool. Besides, I could probably get some good cooking ingredients here. I guess I'll find us some equipment. There's something I want to buy too. I'll be glad to lend you some money at 300% interest here. And as the crowd moved about their business, Solo started off walking across town and passing by everybody with his sword in hand. Sure, you're not with that monster today, eh? Our boss is in jail thanks to you lot. Now you're going to pay. That you haven't had enough. Well, I'd be happy to pay you on. Right. You want to fight us? Alright then. Huh. Die and let that monster know that because of him, our dreams of entering the Grand Line are ruined. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on here. We got new characters here. Zolo noticed two tall guys, one fat, the other skinny, with large swords standing before a very short person. They towered over with smiles over their faces as they threatened this very, very small person in a Hawaiian shirt. The Hawaiian shirt person was ready for their attack. As the crowd go, ooh, our Hawaiian shirt friend wiped the chin off wiped the sweat off the chin as Solo grabbed the hilt of his sword ready. Huh? And suddenly there was a sword brandished by this young Hawaiian shirted woman, knocking out her would-be assailants. She toppled over and fell face first, the glasses stumbling over. The crowd laughed. The sound of whistling's happening as the crowd screamed out, "You sure are strong, sister!" Hey, Solo said as he crouched over, picked up the glasses and presented it to her. Are these yours? Oh, sorry. Thank you very much. Let's see here. Hawaiian shirt. I'll just keep it at the normal high pitched voice. Yeah. Okay. And Solo immediately fell in love. Oh my god, it's a woman. She's beautiful. Oh my gosh. Oh. What do I say? What do I say? What do I say? What do I say? And deep in the recesses of his mind, variant versions of his emotions were screaming all over the place like an Inside Out as the sound of girl, girl, girl echoed in his head. On a certain island. Ah, Hawkeye, no! What are you doing? And Mihawk walked along the crowd, frightening everybody. Now don't you get excited here, son. I'm not here because of you. Where's your captain? Camping on this island? How careless of all of you. Boss. Her. And that was to the sound of doom. Oh. Okay. Hawkeye, this is unexpected. I'm in a bad mood. Are you here to challenge me? Hawkeye stood before a group of pirates, all chilled, with one of them sitting underneath a giant umbrella, hiding underneath the shade. I don't challenge one-armed has-beens. I'm not that kind of person. I found an interesting pirate you might like, son. He reminded me of the story you told me a long time ago. And Mihawk presented the wanted poster. It's about a boy in some little village. What? No way! Oh my gosh! The pirate crew reacted as they looked at Luffy's wanted poster. So you're here, Luffy. Red-haired Shanks, pirate captain, returns with scars and busted arms. Sea Dogs, break out the grog. We're gonna celebrate. Hooray! Grog, but what about your hangover, fool? How can I not drink on a day like this? You drink up too, Hawkeye. No, son. I've given up alcohol, but if you must insist, I'll treat it as a blessing. Thank you very much, son. Windmill Village, Luffy's hometown. Hey, Luffy became a man! The crowd screamed out, and everyone gathered gathered around. What's that? He achieved puberty? Yeah, good for him. This village may end up being the home of the favorite pirate yet. Why? We don't want the Marines here, but that would be great. Shut up, fool! That's so great about having his village be home to a criminal. It's the mayor. And the mayor walked up and sat in the bar as he was presented alcohol, and the crowd cheered on with joy that one of their own hit success. Look how happy Luffy is, Mr. Mayor. Yeah, pirate's a pirate. But it was his dream. Are you worried? His dream or his destiny? To be continued. One Piece by Eiichiro Oda. One Piece by Eiichiro Oda, Chapter 97, Kitetsu 3. Nami pulled parted the curtains and stepped out of the changing room. Ah, how's this? Oh my, it looks stunning. And she stepped out again with a whole new outfit. And this? Oh, so elegant. Why, madam? This? So elemental, madam. How's this? Electric. And this? Exquisite. And this? Sexy. Eccentric. So you'll be purchasing them all? The tailor smiled with glee as Nami chuckled. No thanks. I like casual clothes. Maybe next time. Ah! Nami stepped out of the parlor. They're much more comfortable. Dude, the execution scaffold. Luffy stood before it in the center of town, before a large building, as the crowd just walked on casually about their business. Dude, that's it. That's where Gold Roger was executed. The greatest pirate of all time died right there. This is where the great age of pirates began. Luffy stared out at the scaffold, ignoring all the people around him. Just him alone, looking at his dream of dying at the scaffold. I was so weak. Solo rumbled as he walked along the random street. Darn it. Still.
I'm sorry.
The Hawaiian shirt woman said. It's uncanny how much she looks like Kuina. Like, real, like too real in a way. And she's even a swordsman. My gosh. How she wield that sword. No. I guess female swordsmen do exist. I doubt I'll see her again, though. Still, I was weak. She just was wow. And he arrived at the weapons shop, where swords were all laid out and hanging, guns, flintlocks on display, giant axes, and various types of armor and clothes. I want a sword. Oh, yes. Yes. Welcome. Matsu, the weapons shop owner, smiled with a strange bald head with his hair pointed out like wings. Please come in and look around. Old swords, newer swords, and brand new swords. We have them all. And a solid reputation over 200 years of business, please. I have 100,000 berries. He presented the money to Matsu. Sell me 2 swords. 100,000? 2 swords for 100,000 berries? This guy's a bum, he thought, as he rested his hand on his cheeks on his hands. You only get a blunt sword for 50,000. Got it? What an amateur, he thought. I'll take whatever you got. I'm low on cash right now. Huh? The sword at his waist, could it be? Act natural, he thought to himself as he shivered in delight at what he was looking at. Could I have a look at that sword? Why are you shaking? This is... He was presented the sword and he unsheathed and looked at the blade. This is it. Calm down. This is your big chance. This poor sucker walked in with a legendary sword. Just talk to him calmly. Why are you laughing? And Solo immediately grabbed him. This sword's still good. What? Wait, sorry. I lied. Look here, friend. Maybe we could work around your lack of funds. Matsu held the sword up and presented 3 fingers. This sword is nothing special, but it might be worth something. I'll give you 200,000 berries for it. Then you'll have 300,000 berries, and you can buy 3 swords for 100,000 berries each. Huh? What are you talking about? Forget that. 500,000 berries, then. I understand. He thought to himself. What the heck? I'll give you 650,000 berries for it. How can he refuse? Listen, this sword isn't for sale at any price. He huffed, and he immediately.
Oh!
The Hawaiian shirt girl rushed over and leaned into it.
That sword, could it be?
Don't say it. What is she doing here? Both Matsu and Solo are freaking out as she leaned into the sword and analyzed the whole thing.
This is the Wado Ichimonji, the straight road of peace.
Wado, what? Solo said with a sweat drop out of his head.
Look at this blade. Ah.
Sure, that's its name, but it's no great shakes. Matsu said, scratching his his hand as the Hawaiian shirt girl lifted her glasses up and analyzed the bake.
No great shakes, are you nuts? This is one of the great two. It's a famous sword.
She pulled out a book and started flipping through the pages as Matsu freaked out, and Zolo just stood there all chill.
Just look right here. This sword's worth 10 million berries.
Yeah, idiot. Why you have to tell him that? Anyway, I'll sue you for damaging my business.
Damaging your business? I'm sorry, did I say something wrong?
I've never seen such a beautiful sword. I couldn't help myself. Oh, wait.
I've never seen such a beautiful sword. I couldn't help myself.
You're here to pick up autumn rain, right? I polish it. And he threw the sword at her and she grabbed it.
Oh.
What's a novice like you doing with a famous sword anyway?
Ah!
She walked out the store and... Wow. And stumbled the sword onto the edges of the frame of the door. What are you doing? Leave that sword and get out. Idiot girl saved you. But she's right, that sword is wasted on someone like you who doesn't know its value. It is a famous sword, he pointed out. There are swords worth 50,000 berries in that battle. About pig, too. And Zolo grumbled, what's he so bad about?
Huh? Oh, I met you on the street earlier,
she said. And he and he immediately squiggle lined back at her with a sweat drop. Squiggly line, squiggly line, squiggly line. She smiled at him.
You just like swords. 3 swords at once, huh? Just like that bounty hunter.
Bounty hunter?
Haven't you heard of him? His name's Roanoa Zolo.
I know the name well. He looked at, he continued analyzing the swords as she held on to hers. That's the name of a master sword.
That's the name of a master swordsman who's famous throughout the Beast Blue. But it's an evil name. Using a sword to make money. That's unforgivable.
She gently looked at looked at her sword with sadness.
Why is there so much evil in the world today? All the famous swordsmen are either pirates or bounty hunters, and most of the famous swords are in their hands. Those swords must be crying.
Well, there are probably good reasons for that. A man's got to do what he can to eat in these hard times. I like bad guys. This shop used to be filled with men who wanted to share the Grand Line. Then that monster took over this town. And what happened? The customers stopped coming. Robin immediately turned to Matsu's direction.
Captain Smoker is not a monster. He just has emphysema.
He's got the power of the devil fruit, dang it. Devil fruit.
In any case,
the young woman spoke,
I'll use my autumn rain to hone my skills as a swordsman. Then I'm going to collect all the famous swords that have fallen into the hands of the evil men of the world. I'll get the 12 supreme great swords, the 21 excellent great swords, and the 40 fine great swords, even if it kills me. And then I'm going to use all of them at once like that Roanoa Zola guy and kill everybody.
Well, that's not exactly possible. Just 3 swords alone is difficult. By the way, do you plan to collect this sword too? The one you call Wado Ichimonji?
Huh? No. It's not that I want the swords. I just don't want evil men to have the swords.
Oh, so you're some kind of Greenpeace sword lover, huh? Like sword piece of thing.
Huh? No, it's nothing like that.
Oh?
This sword, I've seen it in my book.
And Matsu continues to twitch in frustration as the two of them continue to speak of. And she presented the sword to Zolo.
It's Kitetsu 3. Also known as Kitetsu the Third. This one. Take this one. Hey, mister, you said these swords were 50,000 berries each?
Yeah?
Wow. This is a genuine fine great sword. That's worth 1,000,000 berries. The sword's predecessor, Kitetsu II, was an excellent great sword. And the original Kitetsu was a supreme great sword.
There! Not that one. I can't sell that one.
Huh? Why not?
This sword's bewitched. Ooh, the sword said to Zolo. You've heard of it? Natsu asked. No, I can just tell. It's saying woo to me. Well, you're right, but the first Kitetsu and successor are good blades, but they're all cursed. Famous swordsmen have died tragic deaths because they wielded the Kitetsu sword. Matsu said to the imaginary background of demons eating the sword wielders. These days, no swordsman in the world uses a Kitetsu, and if he did, he wouldn't be around for long. I'd like to get rid of that sword myself, but I might be cursed for it.
Please, forgive me. I didn't know it was so dangerous, and I was so pushy.
Yeah, well, lesson learned, child.
Ha! Thought you were an expert, eh? Show off.
I like this sword. He raised Kitetsu up in the air. I'll take it. Are you a fool? I can't sell you that sword. If you died, it'd be like I killed you myself. I don't want that on my conscience. Fool! Got slapped in the head by a tall woman.
Just get rid of that thing. How many Santerias do I have to do to get rid of the cursed ghost that hangs around?
Honey bun, I'm sorry. I know the ghost has been paying the bud and everything, but I can't find any more Santeria stuff for you. All right, how about this then? My luck, versus this sword's curse. Why don't we find out which is stronger? And and Solo flipped the sword up in the air and has it and left it spinning like a coin. If I lose, then I'm not man enough to possess it. He stretched his arm out, fist curled. Am I? Ah! Stop fooling around, you'll lose your arm. That's the point. That blade's razor sharp. Indeed it is.
Oh!
The Hawaiian shirted girl screamed out. And the sword slowly spun around him and missed his arm completely and shanked the floor instead. And as it went deep into the whole thing, the floor screamed, "Ooh!" And Zolo smiled. I'll take it. With his bulging muscles and and vein popping out with a smile on his face. And Matsu collapsed onto the floor.
Hey!
Hey, will you choose another one for me? He pointed out at the Hawaiian shirted woman as he held Katetsu in his hand.
Huh? Oh, okay.
She fixed her glasses as Matsu watched on. Hey, wait right there. Hey, just wait, he called out. And Matsu presented him with another sword. This sword has a black lacquered sheath, and the blade has midareba, a short term for irregular pattern. Yubashiri and Show Chaser is categorized as a fine grade sword. I'll guarantee its sharpness. Our shop is nothing fancy. This is the best sword we have. But I can't buy it. I told you, I don't have any money. Solo raised his arms out in innocence. Never mind the money, just take it. Get it out of here. And you can have the Katetsu for free, of course. Forgive me for trying to trick you earlier. It's been a while since I've looked into the eyes of a real swordsman. A sword chooses its wielder. I learned that from Hattori Hanzo. I'll pray for your good fortune. Honey, get the Santeria. We got rid of the swords.
Ah! Finally.
Solo, with now 3 swords once again. He felt very comfortable resting his arms across the hilts. Having 3 swords makes me feel whole again. He no longer felt the nudity of having 1 sword, as everyone watched on in horror as they see the great pirate hunters Zolo walk the streets once more. Well. Imagine a miser.
Well, imagine a miser like you giving away your shop's treasures.
Woman, don't understand anything. What's wrong with a man entrusting another man with his dreams?
Then go clean the bathroom.
The tall woman said from behind them, "Yes, dear."
I can't get up.
Why, we do not know. But we move on to the next area, Rogue Town's naval base main gate. Oh, okay. Is this the smoker they were talking about? Hold on a second here. Okay, this is so he really is a smoker. Okay, let me see if I can pull up Ned from South Park. Let's see if I can pull it up. No. Let's see if I can pull up.
Hey, Ned, they're after us.
Yeah. Hey, Ned, they're after us. Well, you hold on a second. How Jimbo always say?
Were you in Vietnam?
Were you serving in the Nang? Okay, let's see. It's not good, but you know what? Pseudo Ned it is. Pseudo Ned. It's gonna take a big high let's see. I've got to make it deeper. Let's see if I can make it deeper. Is it? Isn't Tashigi back yet? Isn't Tashigi back yet?
Sergeant Tashigi went to pick up a sword from the sword shop.
The subordinate saluted. How long is that supposed to take? Dang, I need a higher pitch. How long is that supposed to take? There we go. And how long is that supposed to take?
We got tip about some pirates.
Go get it.
Aye, Captain Smoker.
And there was Smoker with 2 cigars in his mouth, but taking 2 long breaths, puffs of his cigars. That woman is insufferable. She's an embarrassment to the Navy. She's embarrassment to the Navy. Oh, there we go. She's embarrassment to the Navy. All right. Meanwhile, at another part of town, as the crowd continue to blab and yak, Sanji, with hearts for eyes, took a long puff of his cigarette and blew out heart-shaped smokes. As he saw so many lovely women walking around. I've got to admit, big cities have a lot going for them. And he saw a beautiful woman with a cowboy hat and covered in a cloak. Whoa, what a beauty! To be continued. One Piece by Eiichiro Oda. One Piece by Eiichiro Oda, Chapter 98, Dark Clouds. Whoa! Sanji, with hearts for eyes, was amazed at the large fish laid out at the market. The shopkeep said, "Hey, what's this weird-looking fish?" "This is an elephant true bluefin," the shopkeep said. "Never seen one in these waters, have you? It ran from the South Seas. I caught it myself." "You caught it? Want me to slice it up?" "No, I'll take it home." "Ah, you're a big spender," Sanji thought. "It's too bad about that lady. She was a real beauty, but I lost sight of her." "Huh?" Sanji noticed as the shopkeep prepared the fish, Usopp passing by, very stiff for some reason. "What's he doing in the supermarket?" "Wow, these eggs are cheap," he said as he picked up a dozen eggs. "What? Are you a housewife?" Sanji thought. Meanwhile, at the fashion store, Nami plumps a whole pile of clothes right before the shopkeeper.
"I'll take these, all of them."
"All of them? I hope you have enough money."
"Hollywood, of course I do."
"Come again." He waved as Nami walked out the store with a giant bag of clothes.
"Oh, they're different. The bottom at the pressure has dropped,"
she thought as she looked at the thermometer.
"There's a storm coming. Oh, I wanted to store it down a bit longer."
"Excuse me, ma'am. Do you have a sheet of plastic?"
"Plastic, but the water's fine."
"Whoa, dude!" Luffy smiled with glee as he planted his hand over on his brow and used it to scan the horizon. "Wow! So this is what the king of the pirates saw before he died, dude. I hope that happens to me too." "Hey, you get down from there!" the crowd screamed out as they all looked up at Luffy, and and so the whole crowd looked up at Luffy, wondering what the heck's he doing. "Why, dude?" "That's the special execution scaffold. It's under the jurisdiction of the world government. Come down right." "Oh!" And suddenly a giant spike ball struck the guy in the face, and he collapsed onto the ground. And there was the cowboy hatted woman with her cloak looking up at Luffy, as the crowd immediately ran away in panic. All right, she can get the southern accent.
Don't be so mean, Mr.
Hold on a second.
Fireman Manners. Don't be so mean, Mr. Policeman. I found you at last, Luffy. It's been a long time,"
she said to the straw hat captain.
"Surely you haven't forgotten his face."
She smiled as she held the. No! Wait a second. No. No, is that Alvita? No. Wait a second. I recognize the hearts. Is that Alvita? Oh my gosh. No. I have her voice. Don't I I already have her voice. What did I give her? I gave her Cartman's voice, didn't I? Oh my gosh. No. Oh no. That She don't get the southern voice. She gets Cartman's voice. No way. No way. Is that really her? Oh man. Oh man. All right.
Don't be man.
Oh crap.
Dang, Kyle. Dang it, Kyle. Don't be a mean, Kyle. I found you out loud, Luffy. It's been a long time. Surely you haven't forgotten this fast.
She stood before Luffy with a giant mesa in hand. Oh, what a pretty! A paragon of loneliness. She's gorgeous. The crowd screamed out. Dude, I don't know you, beautiful lady. Who are you?
Hey, I never forget you. You were the first man who ever hit my lovely face.
What? Dude, I hit you? No way.
Yes, and I really felt it. Dang it, Kyle, it was so hard. I love it. Now tell me, who's the most beautiful woman on the seas?
You are! The crowd, all the men screamed out as they dropped on one knee and stretched their hands out with heart-shaped eyes.
That's right. I'm the most beautiful woman in the world, dang it. There isn't a man in this world who wouldn't growl at my feet. And I do love strong men. And you're going to be mine, Luffy.
Shut up, dude. No way. Who are you?
You still don't know, dang it.
This is the police. The police screamed as they chased after her. You there, woman, surrender or else. You're under arrest for assaulting a police officer. And you, get off the scaffold.
What? You going to arrest me? Where's the... You think you authority? I'm gonna beat you up.
It's just the perspective. This is difficult. She's so beautiful. Oh my gosh. The policemen froze as their eyes turned to hearts and struggled to approach her. Show right, arrest her. What the?
Die lavishly.
Suddenly a spire just collapsed on top of the inspectors and flew towards the mysterious lady. Oh, it's a terrorist bomb! They screamed out. That chunker found is heading straight for her. And as it flew towards she and she closed her eyes and smiled. Oh no, she's doomed! Somebody save her! I can't, I'm too much in love. The crowd screamed out with heart-shaped eyes as she delivered a shank with a knife. I don't know, she shanked with something, but she did something. And it deflected and struck a building nearby. What happened to Fallon went right past her?
Hey, look out.
What was that? Oh! Oh, Buggy's back. Oh, snap, Buggy's back. Well, pardon the spectacle, but her smooth, silky skin can never be marred. Needn't worry.
I am the exquisite Lady Alvita. Respect my authority.
Alvita, dude. Where is she?
Right here. It's me, you fool. You silly fool.
Really? You look kind of different, dude. And she unfurled her cloak, revealing her sensual, sexy. Oh my gosh, live action is not gonna it's not gonna work. Oh dang! And they're gonna go this route. She unfurled the cloak, revealing her supple, sensual body. And with a wink of the eyes, she said,
Hey, nice of you to notice, Kyle.
My name's not Kyle, dude.
I ate the devil fruit and transformed. I partook of the slip fruit. Now my beautiful skin can't be marred by any attack. Sally, my beauty, was barely enhanced. However, as you said, I do look a bit different. My freckles are gone.
Dude, I don't think that's it. He, Luffy, waved his hands.
But if you're going to become my man, you gotta respect my third eye first. There's someone you must defeat. And we teamed up in order to find you. And here he is.
And a whole bunch of buggy with cloak men approached her to the sound of woo. And they unfurled their cloaks. Wow. They unfurled their cloaks and threw it up in the air in synchronized JoJo pose. Since the day you defeated me, I've dreamed nothing of nothing but killing you. That's what gave me the strength to make it back to my crew. And it was an epic adventure. Yeah, especially since I was missing some of my body parts. There was laughter, there was tears, just like the little masks of comedy and drama. And then there was friendship as well. But Bergie persevered and... What are you making me say? Oh, it's you, Buggy dude. Why you? When you won't be so insolent when I'm done with you. It's Buggy the Clown, the pirates. Freeze landlubbers. You're about to see just how terrified I could be. And suddenly, something dropped onto Luffy and pushed him down into the ground. Let me see. What's Kabaji's voice? Oh crap! Okay, fake British. There we go. Whoa, dude! Hey, well done, Kabaji. It's been a long time, eh, little man? How's Ronozolo? We now will hold your public execution. What an honor. You're going to die in the same spot as the Pirate King. Captain Smoker, something terrible news. Smoker stacked up a whole bunch of rocks to the as they sizzled in his hand. When the door cracked, burst open, the rocks fell over, and Smoker just sat there, taking a long, deep breath of his smokes. Birds are causing the disturbance at the execution. Careful, the pirates are. Oh. And Smoker's eye just turned to him. He stood in place without even moving his hand. He chomped at the bit and stood up to his feet. No good. I'm trying too hard. I shouldn't rush it, now should I? White Chase Smoker, captain of the Navy headquarters. He put on his coat over his bazillion abs while continuing to smoke his cigars. Yes, sir. Beg your pardon, sir. The soldier saluted. Well, what happened? Oh, yes. Pirates are causing a ruckus at the execution for scaffold, eh? Send Squadron 1 to port. Have Squadron 2 surround the area from the road to the square. Have the remaining soldiers take up positions within firing distance of the square. Yes, sir. Meanwhile, out in the streets, a little girl with 3 scoops of ice cream happily ran down the block. Wow, 3 scoops! Her father screamed out, "Don't run or you'll drop them!" And she accidentally bumped into Smoker's leg. Ah! And it splattered all over his pants. Mama, my ice cream! The little child cried. Captain Smoker! The father screamed out. Captain! The subordinate was nervous. Please forgive us. She's just a little girl. Smoker looked down. The veil of shadow over his face was very frightening. But he planted his hand on her head as she shivered in fear. And he planted a couple of coins on onto the palm of her hands. Sorry, my pants are up, but ate up all your ice cream. Next time, try 5 scoops. Oh, thank you. I'm so sorry, Captain Smoker.
Oh, Captain Smoker, sorry I'm late.
Tashigi, where have you been?
I'm sorry. I'll get ready right away.
Tashigi said as she stood before Smoker with with the sword in hand. So her name is Tashigi. Okay, Tashigi. Also, I better note that the cowboy is Alvida. Alvida.
Master Chief, here's your jacket. Oh, thank you, Chief. I'm a little off today,
She said as she slipped on her navy jacket. Master Chief Petty Officer Tashigi of Navy Headquarters. You mean more than usual?
Oh, forgive me.
Come on, there's a disturbance at the square.
Yes, sir.
And she followed after Smoker. I'm liking Smoker. Meanwhile, in another part of town, Usopp is helping Sanji carry the large elephant fish as they head back to the merry-go. You came along just in time, Usopp. By the way, I saw a strangely dressed man riding a line earlier. Why do I have to carry the heavy end? He screamed out. Meanwhile, another section of town, Zolo started hearing the murmurs of the crowd in the distance. The crowd has thinned out a lot. He realized people were running away. And as for Nami, she continued checking the air temperature.
The air pressure has dropped dangerously low. I better return to the ship right away.
And all four of them met at one point. The odds astronomical.
Oh,
And they saw the crowd. So, where is he?
He said he wanted to see the execution scaffold.
Isn't it supposed to be right here? Captain, Master Chief. Oh my gosh, if I knew Master Chief's voice, I probably would have used that instead. What's going on here? A civilian's being held hostage. There are 3 wanted individuals in the square. It's Iron Mace Avita, Buggy the Clown, and Muggy D. Luffy. Luffy? Never heard of him. Yeah, we just got word a few days ago. He has 30 million berries on his head. 30 million? Been a while since we had one like that. Well, right now his... Darn, my nose itches. I wish I could stretch my finger out and scratch it. He's about to be killed, sir. What? Luffy? Luffy's on the execution scaffold.
What did that fool do now?
To be continued. One Piece by Eiichiro Oda. One Piece by Eiichiro Oda. Chapter 99. Luffy died. Hey, spoilers. The storm approached to the sound of woo, where legends that endure in the future were events that took place in the distant past. The criminal, Monkey D. Luffy, is guilty of getting on his high horse and upsetting me. For that, he will be executed in grand style. Buggy announced as his pirate crew shot bullets up into the air in front of the scaffold, with Buggy towering over Luffy, shackled down at the top of the execution scaffold. So cheer in grand style. Hooray! They screamed out. All right there, you pirates. Whoever screamed out. Dude, I've never seen an execution before. You're the one being executed, Buggy said. Hey, stop joking around, dude. You stop joking around. And now, we will commence with the grand style execution. No! And everyone watched on with horror. Meanwhile, the storm rumbles along.
Ah, what's the big rush? We should head, but
We should go back to the square and help Luffy.
what can we do there?
Oh, is that Usopp? Okay. The dark clouds are rolling in with as Nami and Usopp run fast.
Ah, what's the big rush?
She said, "We should go back to the square and help Luffy."
Ah, what can we do there?
We could help him. After all, I did kill one of the big fish of the fishmen.
Ah, we have bigger fish to fry right now. Bigger fish? A storm's gonna hit the island.
What?
The air pressure and temperature have been steadily dropping, and I saw dark clouds in the eastern sky. This is to come before the storm. If there's a commotion in the square, there'll be soldiers. What do we do if we try to escape and the boat's gone?
Oh, that really is the point.
Ah, wait up.
They started rushing faster to the boat. Oh yeah, this is let's see here. Moji. Okay. This is Moji, right? Yeah, Moji. Moji's the one who writes the thing. I haven't done this accent in quite some time. Alright, Mike. Who's the one that ride the Richie bike? Tell me who it is. It's me. This is the rubber man shit, Mike. It's bigger than before, eh? But Moshi said to Richie as they approached the merry-go. Captain Boogie has probably executed him in grand style now, Mike. Hehehe. Rah 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 rah. Richie laughed out. However, the rubber man escapes, which is impossible. But if he would escape somehow, it's our job to burn his ship. Rah rah rah. Richie said.
A dispute between pirates,
The smoker said. Hold on.
A dispute between pirates,
Should we attack, sir?
What's your hurry, fool?
But if we...
Have we ever let a pirate escape from our city?
He scowled at his crew and they froze in place. No, never.
Dan, shut up. We'll let those pirates kill each other. It'll make our job easier. Now listen, when Luffy's head rolls, surround Buggy, Alvida, and the rest of them.
And meanwhile, the dark clouds roll over, screaming, "Ooh!" to everybody.
I'm sorry, dude,
Luffy said as Buggy planted his foot on Luffy's straw hat.
Please don't kill me, dude,
he said with no concern whatsoever.
Yes, if I'd spare you, Buggy screamed out. I'll never do it again, dude. This is what happens to those who defy us.
Oh crap. Kabaji said,
Yeah, so much for the man I was going to.
"Any last words?"
Dude, you have a big
audience. All Luffy could do was just keep quiet and give him nothing.
Oh well, never mind that. No one wants to hear it anyway. They only want to hear my laughter.
Dude, Luffy screamed out to the sound of doom.
Am going to be the king of the pirates. Total righteousness.
What? Did he say he's going to be king of the pirates? The crowd said. Here of all places, what a dreamer.
Is that all you have to say, Rubberhead? Ugh, dude, ugh.
Buggy immediately pulled his sword back with a big smile on his face as he pressed Luffy downward to keep him bent, to keep him pinned down. "Stop the execution!" Someone screamed out in the crowd as Buggy froze in place. Sanji, dude. Solo, dude. Help. So, Buggy smiled as he looked down below. You've come, Solo. But you're a second too late. I'm about to put a smile on his face forever. What's going on? What's going on? Smoker said. It's Rono Zolo.
Rono Zolo here.
A great bounty hunter. What great timing. Smoker took a large puff of his cigars. But Solo's working with that monkey guy and his pirates. What? Tear down the scaffold. Got it! Solo and Sanji dashed right for the scaffold as the crowd immediately jumped to the side to avoid getting trampled over.
It's that guy.
Tashigi said through the binoculars, and the puggy and the clown pirates immediately gave chase. As Alvida screamed out,
Get him, man! Respect my authority! They will not! They will respect me!
We'll wipe him out, Lady Alvida! And Sanji and Zolo began clashing with the pirates. As Zolo used his three swords technique, out of my way, and Sanji delivered his crazy kick, sending all of them flying. And the sword had a nice sheen. Buggy, that was prepared his swing and delivered his blow. You could see the whole thing from over there. Your captain is dead. Don't you? Sanji screamed at it as he and Zolo continued knocking every single pirate going in their way. If I could just kick the platform down, he thought. Fight! Solo screamed out as he continued slicing his way through, and he thought, if I could just chop down the platform. He looked up. Prepare for battle. Yes, sir. And swords sliding all over the place. Oh. Solo. Solo dude. Sanji dude. Usopp dude. Nami dude. Sorry, I'm a goner. Luffy smiled as Buggy's sword came within inches of his neck. Hee No! Solo screamed out, Don't talk crazy! The crowd gasped in horror as they watched the execution take place. And Smoker thought, he laughed. He was horrified at what he saw as the sword slowly reached Luffy's neck to the sound of crack, crack. And it was a lightning bolt, big as straight from the heavens itself, letting out a large kadoom. It lit the area off, the surrounding area, and it caught everyone off guard as they watched the scaffolding slowly burn to flames, and rain poured down onto the people below. Buggy screaming from the flames, burn! Burn! And they watched the tower collapse. Luffy's hat slowly floated down and landed onto the puddle. He reached down, picked up the hat, and he put it on as Buggy as he stood before the crumpled scaffolding, and Buggy lay charred on the ground. Haha, dude, I'm alive. Lucky me. See, that's righteousness. And everyone stood in frozen fear and terror, horror and shock at what just transpired. Sanji looked over at Zolo. Do you believe in a higher power? God? Nah. I kill him first. So don't talk nonsense. Now let's get out of here. We're not in the clear yet. Yeah, thank goodness, dude. Luffy smiled as he walked towards them, and suddenly the Marines started charging in. Surround the square and capture the pirates! Here they come! Run for it! Hey, which way, dude? Solo. The trio ran for their lives. Smoker, standing in disbelief at what he just witnessed, thought to himself, why did he laugh? Did he know he'd be rescued? That's not it. In that moment, he accepted his fate. He saw his death, accepted it, and laughed. Captain, the pirate roundup is... Soldier, did you ever see a pirate laugh right before his execution? Laugh? When faced with certain death, every man trembles in fear, however tough he is. Well, that monkey laughed. You remember seeing that large smile. 22 years ago, another man laughed down that very spot. He was Gold Roger, king of the pirates. He took a large puff of his cigars. And the storm responded. Ooh. He stepped out of the building as the rain pummeled his coat. Which way did he go? He went west. The first squadron should be there. Wait, no. The sudden downpour wet their gunpowder. They went back to the base for more. Then the port is unprotected. The wind is blowing toward the west. They'll have a tailwind. He looked up at the sky and felt the wind as it taunted him. Ooh. Is this just a coincidence? It's as though some kind of force is willing this man's survival. And as he gave out his orders, Luffy and the crew ran for their lives. I, the White Chaser Smoker, stake my reputation as captain of this battalion. I will not let him leave this island. To be continued. One Piece by Eiichiro Oda. One Piece by Eiichiro Oda. The Milestone, Chapter 100. The legend begins. Ooh, this is interesting. Oh, this is Gold Roger, King of the Pirates, huh? Oh, interesting. Okay. Let's see here. What would be Gold Roger's voice? I think it should be. Should it be epic? Let's see if I can pull this off. This is Gold Roger. I think he should get the special. He should be treated special here. These things cannot be stopped. Okay. Deep, dark voice. These things cannot be stopped. An inherited strength of will. One's dreams, the ebb and flow of the ages, as long as people hunger for freedom. There we go, Sith Lord. Something dark side. Something complete. As long as people hunger for freedom, these things will exist. Gold Roger, King of the Pirates. A pirate, not a bad idea. Man, that's awesome. The legend begins. Oh, okay. That was short. I thought it was going to be a whole thing on Gold Roger. Okay. But he's getting the Sith Lord voice. Come on, that's pretty cool. Blast that cursed no good rubber boy. Buggy says he slowly got up to his feet and cindered and smoldering while the rain wet him further. Captain Buggy, you're... Oh, Captain Buggy alive? Of course I am.
Buggy! Those men are from Navy headquarters. We better show them how to respect authority. If officer shows up, we're in trouble.
The Navy? I could beat them with my nose. And then And then he immediately turned to one of his own crew in sheer anger. You saying I got a big nose? I didn't tell you anything. Please don't hurt me. Buggy raised his hand up in the air as his pirate crew raised their swords up. That stretchy kid can't leave this island. He probably doesn't even realize his ship's been burnt to ashes. We'll beat him up, then ship out of here. And the pirate crew screamed out, "Rah!" Motor! Yes, Captain, sir. My chop car. What the? What the? Are you serious? An axle and wheels approached was thrown at Buggy, and Buggy suddenly transformed into Turbo Teen and screamed out, "My chop car! We're off to the West Harbor. Set up the ski slope." Oh, Alvita immediately screamed out,
Set up the ski slope.
"Yes, ma'am." No friction.
Time for me to skateboard out of here, Kyle.
Don't let those pirates escape. The Navy screamed out as Alvita jumped up and hit the slope and slid down.
Slip tracks!
And began skating on her bare feet away from everybody with Turbo Teen Buggy following after her. Kaboom engine!
What? What's with all this smoke?
What else? The smoke's got me. Everybody was completely covered by smoke, and somehow this smoke kept them in place, preventing them from moving any further. And in the center was Smoker, with smoke coming out of his body. It's Captain Smoker. I've got no time to waste on you guys. Bring me my blower bike, he screamed out as smoke jutted out of his arms. Wow, okay. Gum smoke? And all of Buggy and Alvita's pirates were rounded up and tied together in a giant rope. It's too strong. He has the powers of the plume fruit. Oh, I said smoke fruit. It's plume fruit. Cool. Captain, we got the whole crew one sweep. Darn you, Smoker! He captured Buggy's powers just like that. Meanwhile, Smoker riding in an awesome rocking 3-wheel all-terrain vehicle with the propeller pushing him forward as the rain continues to plummet into his face. He was determined. Meanwhile, back at the square.
Hey, what is this lousy steel net anyway?
Alvita said.
And what was that weird weapon he used? That lacked authority.
Oh, it's a prison bullet developed by the Navy for use against devil fruit people. Now we're just common criminals. Oh. Just outside the West Harbor, at the Merry-Go, Richie and Kabaji sat there in shock at the sudden rain pouring over the boat and soaking it. Crikey, why now? Where all this rain come from, mate? We're supposed to be burning this ship. This is bad, Richie. The ship won't burn like shrimp on the barbie. He struggled to light the match as the rainwater continued to snuff out any flame that had formed. Richie said. You lot. What's going on here? Oh. You lot! Get away from the ship! What? Who that, mate? And there was Usopp scaring them. And and oh my gosh. And Kabaji, Moji. That's Moji, right? Yeah, that's Moji. Moji immediately grabbed hold of the ship to Richie's horror, and Usopp was horrified. Why is everyone horrified? Nami immediately pointed out at Richie.
Ah, look, I've got him. Ah, look at the lion.
And Luffy Usopp loaded up his slingshot. Fresh egg star. Darn, I missed. The egg landed on the floor. Landed on the floor before Richie. He noticed what it was, and he immediately leaned over and started slurping up the egg. Now's our chance. Get to the ship. Just what the heck happened to? Oh, now I understand. Okay. He slipped. He didn't even get hit. He slipped. Okay. Now it makes sense. Oh man. And the Usopp and Nami boarded the merry-go, getting everything ready for to disembark. The winds come up. Dude. Solo said as everyone ran away from the pirates. Those guys sure are persistent. Want to stop and fight them? We don't have time. Nami told us to hurry back to the ship. Hey! Sanji's eyes became fixated as Tashigi stood before him with sword in hand.
Bruno Zolo!
She screamed out. It's Master Chief Tashigi! The Navy crew screamed out.
You're Zolo! You didn't tell me you were a pirate!
Do you plan to collect this sword too?
You're making fun of me! I won't stand for it!
What did you do to that girl? Sanji screamed out as they continued to run towards her. As they ran towards her. Well, you never told me you were in the Navy, he screamed out to her.
I'm going to take Waluigi away from you!
Let's see you, he smiled. And he unsheathed his swords and clashed with Tashigi. Go on ahead. Okay, dude. He smiled at her, and they began exchanging blows with the sound of a clang, clang, and clang. Sanji screamed out, He's attacking a girl! Come on, dude. Luffy pulled Sanji away as the cook snorted in sheer anger like a bull. Meanwhile, at the dock, the merry-go is rocking wildly from the strong waves.
Ah, the sea's getting rougher. What are those guys? I don't see them. I hope they're okay.
Meanwhile, wow, Zolo made short work of Tashigi as he pinned her against the wall. She stared out in horror as his smile and sharp eyes stared back at her. I wouldn't surrender the sword for anything.
Oh my gosh! Master Chief Tashigi lost. No way.
But Zolo did nothing else. He sheathed his sword and put distance between him and Tashigi. Sorry, I'm in a bit of a hurry. She gritted in anger as tears fell down her eyes, covered by the rain.
Why don't you kill me?
Huh?
Is it because I'm a woman?
And he remembered what Queen had said.
You're lucky you're a boy, Solo.
A woman may not be as strong as a man, but to go easy on... Oh, sorry, that's her.
A woman may not be as strong as a man, but to go easy on me is an insult. Oh, I wish I were a man. I don't carry a sword just for looks, you know.
And Zolo growled under his breath and replied, I can't stand you.
What?
That face. You look exactly like my friend who died years ago. He got close to her with sword and their swords touched in a loving manner. You even say the same things. Stop being such a copycat.
What? Stop acting like a child. A nerve. I'm not imitating anybody. I don't know what your friend was like, but I'm the one who's been wronged.
She was the one
She was the one imitating me.
Why, you dirty... Chief? The Navy crew with sweat drops hanging from their heads, wondered what the heck is going on all of a sudden. And one of them said, "Is this moonlighting all of a sudden?" "Maybe not. Let's just enjoy the show." Meanwhile, Luffy and Sanji running down this very, very long street with no intersection, spotted someone up ahead. "Hey, who's that guy?" "Not again." "So it's you, Straw Hat Luffy." "Who are you, dude?" "The name's Smoker, Captain Smoker of the Navy." He struggled to take take puffs out of his cigar due to the rain. "And I'm not letting you get away. I'm not letting you get away." And he unleashed smoke out of his arms. It grabbed Luffy as Sanji was still free and charged forward. Dude. "Hey, what the? Darn you!" And Smoker looked at Sanji. "You think?" And suddenly his leg got punched through the smoke, and it got caught. "I got no time for small fry. White fist." And he pushed Sanji into the wall. "Sanji, dude. Why you? Gun, pistol." Luffy used his free arm to punch Smoker right in the gut. "Huh?" But suddenly the smoke pushed him further away as it puffed and puffed. You're the one worth 30 million berries?" And Luffy was shocked. He was immediately pulled towards toward Smoker, and was pushed into the ground face first. "Ugh, dude!" With all his might, Smoker immediately grabbed his sword. "Huh, looks like your luck ran out, kid." And he was ready to sheath it. That is, until his hand was gripped to prevent him from removing the sword. I guess Sith Lord for the cloak. "Whose luck did you say?" And Smoker looked up, and his eyes were shocked. "You." And he stood and he stared out at the Sith Lord. "What? Who? Who, dude? Who?" "The government's after your head. The world is waiting for our answer." "Wind blast!" The Sith Lord screamed out and blew everybody away. And Luffy, Sanji, and Zolo was pushed out further from everybody. Dude. "Luffy, run. We're gonna be trapped on the island. It's a humongous storm. Stop dragging your feet." He grabbed Luffy and dragged him along. Dude. What is it? What the heck is it? Somebody tell me something. I don't understand." "So, this is what Nami was talking about?" "Hehehe. Go ahead, if that's your way." That's the Sith Lord screamed out. "Why are you helping that guy, Dragon?" "What reason would I have to get in the way of another man's voyage? His trading must be complete." And the storm was so harsh and so ravaging that the waves got larger and larger, taller and taller. It was soon at the level of interstellar height. "Luffy!" Usopp screamed out as he pulled the rope up. Hurry! The rope won't hold much longer." "Dude, it's pouring." "Nami, I'm back."
You slowpokes. Hurry up and get on board. We're casting off."
And they all boarded the merry-go. Meanwhile, back at headquarters, the naval team bowed. "We're terribly sorry, sir. We lost Buggy's pirates when that big blast of wind struck." "We're going after that, Straw Hat. Get to the ship," Smoker said as he let out a puff of smoke. "What? Are we going to hunt them down?" "We're heading for the Grand Line." "What?"
"Good. I'm going with you."
"You too, Chief?"
"That Solo won't get away with this,"
she said with soaking wet from the rain.
"I'll capture him with my own hands." But the Grand Line is outside your jurisdiction. What will our superiors say?
You don't tell me what to do. Go tell them that. Do the Grand Line. Well, now, Buggy said as he stood before Elvita and his whole pirate crew. This is an excellent opportunity. I want to get even with that darn rubber boy, too. Let's go after them. How nostalgic. The Grand Line. Meanwhile, out in the high seas, tall waves shake, push the merry-go-round, the merry-go like a rag doll.
Ah, yikes, the ship's about to capsize. There's a light. The island's light. The island's lighthouse? That's the guiding light. Ah, beyond the light is the entrance to the Grand Line.
And Nami looked back as the rain struck her face.
So that's it gonna be it. Do we have to do this in the middle of a storm?
And Sanji presented a barrel.
Okay, let's launch the ship into the great ocean. All right.
And Sanji, oh, that's interesting. Sanji planted his foot on the barrel.
I'm going to find the all blue.
Luffy planted his foot. I'm going to be king of the pirates, dude, and be righteous. Then Zolo, I'm going to be the world's greatest swordsman. And Nami,
I'm gonna draw a map to the world.
And Usopp,
I'm going to become a brave warrior of the sea.
And with their feet on the barrel, their oath has been declared. We're Grand Line. Here we come. As the waves crashed into them, and the storm screams out. Wait a second. Wait a second. What am I looking here? Wait a second. Is that a laser beam coming out of the lighthouse? As the waves screamed out, "Woo!" A weird laser beam came out of the lighthouse and struck the merry-go. To be continued. One Piece by Eiichiro Oda. They got hit by a tripod. They got to the Grand Line fast. I was under the impression that given that there's 1,000 chapters, that they weren't going to get to the Grand Line until like maybe 500 or 600, like chapter 500. They got here real fast. I'm mind blown. That was real quick. Oh my gosh, they got to the Grand Line this quick? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm looking at 1,000 chapters. I'm thinking, oh, it's one of those things. Like it took 1,000 chapters, 1,000 episodes, 20 years for Ash Ketchum to finally win a freaking tournament, in Pokemon. I was thinking that's what's gonna happen here. We're gonna be like maybe 500 chapters in, they make it into the Grand Line, and instead they got here in 100 chapters. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. That's freaking awesome. I was really expecting expecting Shonen to Shonen, and I have to wait 1,000 chapters until they reach the Grand Line or something. Oh man, got us right to the point. So then, my gosh, then if they made it to the Grand Line at 100, what's going on with the other 900 chapters? Oh my gosh, now I'm even more excited. Oh my gosh, I'm even more excited. They wanted to get to the Grand Line, and they got to the Grand Line in 100 chapters. What happened in 900 chapters? Oh my gosh, what happened in the next 900? What is it? That chapter 1100, right? So what happened in the next 1,000 chapters? They're on chapter 1117. So 1,118. So what happened in the 1,018 chapters after this? Like, is there a lot of stuff going on in the Grand Line for those 1,100 chapters? Oh my gosh. What a freaking journey this is. Oh man, so we just only scratch. Oh man, this is scratching the tip of the iceberg. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I don't. Oh my gosh. I am so ecstatic about this. I am ecstatic. I can't wait to see what the Grand Line looks like. Oh my gosh. That's a lot of chapters. Oh man. So, yeah. So basically, Luffy and the gang made it to the cradle of civilization itself, freaking Rogue Town. We get introduced to another naval captain this time, and um, oh, hold on a second. I moved a little too far ahead here. I'm over here. There we go. So, oh my gosh, this is so exciting. You know, we got the little groves here, which is pretty nice. That's pretty cute. I like that the bird here is delivers newspapers. It's like give me money. But yeah, this was a cool 5 chapters, all dedicated to Rogue Town, the cradle of pirate civilization. We got introduced to Smoker, the Navy, Commander Brandview, and the whole Navy has is now aware of Luffy with that $30 million 30 million berry going around. I like that. I like that all their coats just swayed in sync. It's like, ugh. um, yeah, Luffy's grandpa. When are we gonna see him? Because in the live action, he he was very, very, very prominent. I have yet to see him. I have yet to see him, but this is pretty freaking amazing. We get to see, this is great because even though this is like a transitional arc kind of thing, um, we're given a chance to really be a little more intimate with the characters here and see what's going on. What they do without all this piracy going on. We see Solo wandering the streets. He meets a young girl who looks like Kuina, which shocked the crap out of him, and he's just looking to buy some swords. We get to see her that she's very well skilled, but she's also a klutz. She I don't know. Is she like Megamine? Is she like Megamine? You know what I'm saying? She just delivers this explosion sword and then just collapses because she's been doing that a little too much. She's like, I'm too tired. Which is pretty hilarious. Um, then of course this chapter 96, um, you know, we get the hype going on here. Everybody starts learning about Luffy, which is pretty cool. Um, which is excellent. Uh, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Now Red Hair Shanks is like I'm ready for you. And the town is proud. Everybody's, you got all these proud people going on, all these proud friends of Luffy and their support. But yeah, we got ourselves this nice little fun moments here, with Nami, screwing with the tailor. But we get Luffy here, which is very poignant. Saying the whole purpose of his dream, he's standing at the scaffolding where Gold Roger was executed, and I like how we had a moment of reflection with this panel, right here on the top right. It's this is what I was talking about in terms of a chance to be intimate with the characters. This is very, very personal, very intimate to Luffy because this is his dream, becoming king of the pirates, and he's looking at the very spot that Gold Roger said his last words, and and basically, um, we don't get that much with Luffy because this is a very rare thing with Luffy to see him in this moment. Like this is him in his most serious. He's not being goofy or silly or anything. You know, he's really taking this to heart. And this panel is just very beautifully done. Just kept it nice and simple. The what I mean, with Luffy just so tiny standing before this big scaffolding at the distance and everything. This is where not just where the great age of pirates began. This is what got him wanting to be one. A lot of those who want to be pirates. and then throughout this whole chapter, we have Zolo getting some new swords because he needed new swords, and he meets um, uh, Tashigi. We meet Tashigi again. I'm the type of person who likes to get characters' names out immediately because I found it very weird that Matsu's name, the sword keeper, he gets his name announced in the narration box, but we don't get Tashigi. So I guess in this instance this is okay because we're getting to learn the character before the revelation. In this instance here, this is actually pretty well done in this instance of storytelling because it did have a payoff. This actually did have a payoff. We find out who she really is, and we're like, oh, and that's okay if you what I'm saying, if you have a payoff in terms of character reveal. You could get away with not using the character's name as long as you make it very clear and distinct and everything. She loves the sword. She wants to get all the swords away from evil people's hands, evil pirates, people who use it for evil. She values the sword as a tool of good, and of course leave it to Zolo to show off. When it comes to swords, he's got to show off. Just look at that. Which is pretty funny. He's like, yeah, and he's got it like flexing his muscles. Like, come on, Zolo's too awesome. Man, but the thing that shocked me a lot. The one thing that shocked me a lot, aside from the fact that there's this big giant elephant fish here, the elephant true bluefin that Sanji most definitely got his hands on. It's who Luffy meets, and let me tell you something. I didn't even. Yeah, I was completely shocked. That was this is what I was talking about when I said that this is uncharted territory for me. Now that now that I got past the live action where it left off at, Luffy, of course, being his true joyful self. We end up with this hot-looking young woman here, which turns out to be, which I guessed right was Elvita. I was like, because I recognized the hearts and the hat, saying the cowboy hat, and I'm like, oh yeah, I was like, wow. And turned out she too had ate a gum fruit and gained powers as well, in which everything bounces off of her. Everything bounces off of her. That's what it did. What was it called? What was the name of the fruit? Slip fruit. It's called the slip fruit. So basically, everything bounces off of her. Slides all over the place, which she actually does. She actually skates. But she lost her freckles. She got skinny thanks to the slip fruit. And dang, what a drawing. Come on, admit it. That's hot. Definitely hot. Pretty cool. I'm not sure though. How they're gonna do that in the live action because they did bring Alvita back with Buggy at the end. So, and then meanwhile, Buggy and his crew are JoJo posing. But Luffy got himself caught and pinned over, and he's about to face death. Meanwhile, we meet the new Navy captain, Smoker, White Chase. Smokes two at once. We find out what he can do, which is unleashing. He also has the devil fruit powers, which is pretty cool. He manipulates smoke and catches people. I gotta say, the introduction of these two gum fruits, the slip and was it plume, is pretty cool because again, it's more creativity, it's more creative and everything, it's very 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 creative. Also, I actually like his depiction here. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, here it is. This is a very nice depiction of him. You know what I mean? Because you're expecting. I was expecting corruption some level of corruption, like we saw at the very beginning with Helmeppo and and his dad, um, Captain Morgan's fisherman, Captain Morgan the beer, the Captain Rum himself. But here, Smoker is an extremely intimidating guy. You know what I'm saying? But he actually was very nice to this little kid, and that's a great way. That was a great move on Oda-san's part. He showed that he is a compassionate man, and that his he is a compassionate man, unlike Helmeppo and his dad, Captain Morgan, that likes to bully little children. Here we see that he doesn't bully little children; he bullies pirates instead. People are very scared, so I think he's got a more Machiavellian effect to it. I think he has a more Machiavellian feel to it, because the little girl's father is freaking out. He's like, "Forgive us, forgive us, forgive us. She's just a little girl." But he's like, "Nah, here, get yourself 5 scoops." He's like, "Here, get 5 scoops. All right, kid." And look at that. He even was like, he doesn't let the child even feel sad for messing up. He's like, "No, I'm sorry, kid. My pants ate your ice cream up. Here, get yourself some 5 scoops." Now that's actually excellent, because it shows that the Navy, have some noble guys. They got Machiavellian type of guys. Got a-holes. You know what I'm saying? It shows that they're no different than they're like the other side of the coin of the pirates. Where you have good pirates like Monkey D. Luffy. Cool, chill pirates like Shanks, and then you have evil pirates, most definitely, like Arlong and Buggy, and then you got those neutral ones like Mihawk. He's like, "Yeah, I'll do it," you know what I'm saying, as long as I could do my piracy. And he's like, "Yeah, you could do it," you know what I'm saying. We find out that our young Hawaiian shirted friend is Tashigi, and she is a petty officer, so she's got a title, but she's also subordinate to Smoker. um, so but she's got her own fighting style. She could really hold her own. She's really cool. She held her own against Zolo when she fought him, and that's awesome. Still, seriously, Luffy, you could stretch your finger out and scratch your nose. You could scratch your nose. You could do it. You could do it. See, I could do it too. But you got the gum fruit. You could stretch that out. Oh man! But thanks to Nami, she figured out that there was a major storm brewing. They had to hurry up, or else they get trapped. Or worse, the merry-go could end up get screwed up and everything. So this is pretty cool, because with now Luffy in trouble, ready to get killed off, and so on. Smoker decided to let the pirates fight off. Very smart move. Very smart move. You know what I'm saying? Let them kill each other, and we'll pick up the pieces. We'll get the scraps after all that. But Luffy did something that was just freaking awesome. It's freaking awesome, and honestly, I wonder if they should have added this to the live action. I'm not sure. I don't know what the live action is gonna go in what direction, but like I said, it was just so sudden, the whole Grand Line thing. But the fact that he sat there and screamed out, "I'm going to be king of the pirates." You know what I'm saying? He did that, screamed out that he was going to be king of the pirates. That's pretty freaking awesome. You know what I mean? Like, who wouldn't want to do that? When in that position, when in that position, and let's see what and that caught the Smoker's attention, because he's like, this he's really living up the pirate king life here, when he smiled and said, "Sorry, I'm a goner here," and Morgan is like, "Oh, he's laughing at death." He's laughing at death like old Roger. So that really fits the title of The Legend Begins for this chapter. Um, Excellent use of this was very excellent here. This whole shot here with the lightning, great use of its size. Conveying that the rain is pouring. Really gave a nice illumination in the middle. I like that, you know, and the shadows were used to really good effect. And then we get the hilarious collapsing of the flames burning Buggy alive, which is hilarious. Oh man. And of course, Luffy's just standing there like shocked. But yeah, yeah, Captain Smoker sees an omen. Like he's completely freaked out now because it's like this guy should have been dead. Luffy should have been dead. Something divine is happening. Um, and now comes the big chapter 100. The legend begins. We get introduced to this Sith Lord here. I don't know who this Sith Lord here is, but it looks like he wants to teach the Luffy the way of the dark side. um, yeah, so we got the whole big chase down. Yeah, seriously, no, seriously, this should have been in the live action. This should have been in live action. My man going Turbo Teen here. If you don't know what Turbo Teen is, type in Turbo Teen on YouTube. You'll see that's Buggy. And we get Alvida sliding over the using her feet as skates because of the gum fruit, letting her do it. But of course, Captain Smoker shows why he's very, very powerful, using the plum fruit, which is pretty cool. Again, I love that the plum fruits. What I like about it is that the plum fruits is keeping the powers simple. That's what I'm liking about the devil fruits. It's very simple. It's just one sentence. You know what I'm saying? It's one sentence abilities. Alvida, everything bounces off of me. Buggy, my body separates into pieces. Smoker, I just turn into smoke. Luffy, my arms stretch. It's pretty. I really like it. I really like that. That each of these powers just got one thing. It's not complicated. It's not overcomplicating or anything. Sometimes shonen tend to do that. You know what I'm saying? There's some shonen that tend to overcomplicate it, but sometimes you just keep it simple. You keep the power simple and straightforward, and you're good. You know what I mean? Like let the you know what I mean. And that's how you want to go about it. You don't need some crazy complex thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, so the crew made it. The crew didn't make it back just yet. Just only Usopp and Nami as they prepared to set sail. But Solo had to fight Tashigi, which again was pretty cool. And suddenly, I think a romance is blooming here. I think they're gonna fall in love. They're gonna fall in love. That'll be interesting to see what their relationship is gonna be. And of course, Sanji and Luffy fight Smoker, which of course led to some excellent fisticuffs. But the Sith Lord returned, and he basically stopped it. He just stopped it. Go ahead, if that's your way. Your training will be complete. I know, I'm leaning in very hard on that. But yeah, again, it's fun. I'm okay that I don't have the Sith Lord's name because, like I said, you don't want to, because here's the thing, the characters. So here's the drill. With Chainsaw Man, we were introduced to characters with no names, and they were just thrown aside. But they were given backstories or personalities, distinct dialogues and everything. But we didn't know who they were, and they didn't stick around. They got thrown away, and I think that's what I was trying to get at. Don't create characters with no-name characters with backstories just to throw them, into the kill fodder. Tashigi and this Sith Lord, we didn't get their names first, but we saw them and got the payoff. And they became big players now. You know what I'm saying? They didn't get killed off just for the sake of killing them off. And I think that was what I was trying to get at with Chainsaw Man, and why I don't like, no-name characters, being given all this stuff, all this background and everything. It's because they were killed off. You know what I'm saying? They were just killed off with no payoff, no nothing, as opposed to Himeno. saying, where we got her name, and then we got a payoff from her. These guys here, Tashiki and this Sith Lord, we didn't get their names, but we got a payoff, and then we got at least Tashiki's name. I don't know who the Sith Lord is, but he's been propped up and he's not killed off. You know what I'm saying? And please, somebody tell me in the comments down below. This last panel here where it says Grand Line, here we come. Am I looking at a freaking laser beam shooting out of that lighthouse and hitting Luffy and the gang? This giant tripod looking phallic thing shooting out onto the ship. Please let me know if I'm seeing that right, because then that's freaking hilarious. Kind of weird that they're doing all of this now, making their declaration. That's weird, honestly. That's kind of weird. That's weird, because I understand why they're going into the Grand Line, so they're making their declaration. But I don't know. I think the live action did this one better, where they did their declaration. I think they did that a little better compared to this one here. This was just a little sudden and strange. But I understand why they did that, because it is the Grand Line, it's like one of those traditions. You know what I'm saying? Like ship traditions. It just seems a little weird that it's happening in this moment as opposed to a quiet sea, like at the end. So, chapter 100. Chapter 100. What an amazing journey these 100 chapters have been. I've been at it for 7 months, and quite possibly, aside, well, I'll get to the review soon enough, but I just want to front load this. This is an awesome story. This is an amazing story, and Oda-san has a beautiful masterpiece in his hands here. The story, the characters are very distinct. They're very colorful. They're very wonderful. The villains are very dastardly, comedic, and can be downright insane. The Navy has great moral grayness to it. You have those who are very noble, like Kobe, who are very Machiavellian and like Smoker, and can be just outright evil, like Nezumi, corrupt and evil. And their sense of justice can be very blinding, Some of them can have even a sense of honor, like Tashigi. But the pirates, variety, aside from Luffy and his crew, who are not looking out to hurt and kill people, but they'll stop other pirates and such. But you have pirates like Mihawk, who are in the pocket of the Navy. Very neutral, all things considered. They'll do their job so long as they get to do piracy. You got evil like Arlong, like real evil. You got Goofy like Alvida and Buggy. And you got that stoicness, like in the case of Shanks. He's like all chill, not stoic. He's chill. The variety of different pirates is phenomenal, and very fun. They can be fun, except for Cloudor. He was not fun. Cloudor was not fun. He was boring, and his motivations. His whole arc was just. The people that we meet, variety, diverse, very fun, very interesting and fascinating. Like the dude that lives in the treasure chest. He became like a hermit turtle. He finally got out, but he went back in, kind of thing. The townspeople can be very good, or they can be very angry. Like what happened with Usopp. They didn't care one bit. They were sick and tired of his lies and chased him out of town and everything. And it was nobody cared for, like that. Whereas you have Cocoa Village, who felt weak and neutered when Arlong kidnapped a 10-year-old child, and forced her to be part of the pirate crew to make maps for him, and there was no way they could do. They didn't know what they could do. But the townspeople was very competent in that that they did get Nojiko and asked her questions. That they asked this 12-year-old child what the heck happened with Nami, and they felt even more helpless because, in a sense, even though it wasn't implied or made clear, but logically one can think, that they felt that because she was a hostage, Arlong could hurt her and kill her. He has been hurting her, but they couldn't do anything about it but they were fully aware. And when the opportunity came, they let her know, that that they felt ashamed and that they could barely do anything about it, but they were ready. They were ready to stand behind her and fight back since she was doing it all alone. So, we had townspeople, all kinds of different townspeople, like the ones that Buggy. Surprisingly enough, unlike the live action, which showed the townspeople that Buggy captured being in prison, the townspeople were very daft. They were just in an isolated area and just let Buggy do whatever the heck he wanted until the mayor decided I'm gonna help Cho and Chow Chow and deal with the whole thing. Very weak, very weak. You know. Shanks taught Luffy lessons to start the arc, and Luffy finally figured out the dangers of the sea that Shanks was trying to tell him. Cost him an arm, but it was worth it if it meant that Luffy lived and didn't die. And Luffy went off to sea. He meets Kobe, which is pretty awesome. We find Kobe has his dreams, and and Luffy supported him. He supported him. He was like, "Yeah, get your dream, get your dream. It's okay, get your dream." We get the buggy fight was pretty was where we get to see the first use of the gum fruit and the inventiveness of these powers, these devil fruit powers. Chop fruit, that was what it was called. Chop, not gum. Luffy's the gum. Chop fruit. And we got to see exactly what direction it was going to go regarding that type of combat. The variety of combat is awesome because it's not just what I like about it. What I like about it is definitely the combat. Variety of combat. You know what I'm saying? Let me put it like this. Dragon Ball, it's pretty cool. It's pretty awesome. But it got reduced to just throwing key energy now. It's just key energy and flurry punches. You know what I mean? It's losing. Super is losing the inventiveness. Even the tournament didn't help much. Because it was still just flurry punches and key blasts. So far, these 100 chapters that I've seen, I saw sword clashing, I saw gunfighting, I saw devil fruit battles. I saw, aside from the Klahadore battle, which didn't use the environment to its fullest potential, the buggy fight, the Arlong fight, the Mihawk fight used the environments to a T, which was excellent. And even now with the chapter 100, with the rain and with just having a crowd around it, you know what I'm saying? The fight was very short, sweet, and to the point, and was very good. You know what I mean? It was pretty good. You know what I mean? It wasn't intended to drag it out or anything. It was just to show a new conflict has arisen. Still would like to see a ship battle. That hasn't happened yet. A seafaring battle, ship to ship. Boarding the ship and everything. Hopefully that'll happen soon enough. But these first 100 chapters established its rules very well. It established its lore, like what they just showed here in chapter 100 with what Gold Roger said. You know, a quote from Gold Roger, which was excellent. You know, saying and even showing the scaffolding, that's lore in and of itself, like reflected on Luffy. You know, Luffy's reflecting on, you know, Gold Roger and everything in his dream, expanding the lore. We learned about the swords, you know, that there's a whole bunch of swords. Again, more lore expanded upon with the swords. It isn't just what Solo has. There's other swords that are very, very powerful and, you know, and legendary, which is awesome. And we get to see a rare fish that came from the Grand Line. A little taste of what's to expect with that elephant, true blue tail, bluefin, you know. Um, it's pretty amazing, you know. Overall, these 100 chapters are fantastic. Klahador notwithstanding, I'm happy that they got the kids out of the way because those first couple of arcs was very annoying, very weird. You know, having these little kids running around like that. You know what I'm saying? I thought they were a distraction. They're gone. No distractions. We're right to the point. We're focused. Thank you. Thank you. And man, I love it. I love it. This is awesome. This is awesome. And like I said, I got past the live action. I still haven't seen the anime. I'm not sure how I'm gonna be able to do that. Honestly, I don't know how I want to go about it, but I'm not watching the anime right now because I don't know how I want to engage it. You know what I mean? Like, do I want to do a reaction video to it or just watch it on my own? I don't know. I don't know, but I would like to do something about that. But with regards to the manga itself, beautiful artwork, beautiful use of scale, um, beautiful use of draw distance and cinematography. Um, the expressions of the characters' faces are fantastic and very memorable. They really like to smile a lot too. They really like to smile a lot, and that's the other thing that I appreciate is that all of the characters love what they're doing. The villains love what they're doing. The Navy loves what they're doing. The Luffy and the team loves what they're doing. Everybody loves what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Not a single person is being miserable and crying and whining about all these things. You know what I'm saying? Uh, they're not having um, they're not miserable is what I'm saying. Okay, there's none of this moody stuff, none of the Sasuke Shinji behavior going around here. They love what they're doing. Everyone's got their own distinct motivations, which is great. You know, at least our core crew here. I can't wait to see more members of the crew. I'm very anxious. Everybody's got even you know, enemies got their own motivations, and the Navy, each person's got their own motivations. You know, Nezumi's got his own motivation. Kobe's got his own motivation. Tashigi has her own motivations in the Navy. When you have characters with their own motivations, you got yourself a fully fleshed out world. Your world build, your lore build is 3 dimensional, and you'll have fans of specific characters. I still like Mihawk. Solo and Mihawk are my top two. They're my top two. Um, that's why I gave them the best voices I could muster. I gave them the best voices I could muster. And as for Monkey D. Luffy himself, our main character, he is a fantastic character. He is a very excellent main character. He loves what he does. He knows when it's time to get serious, and he knows when to go to sleep, take a hard nap. He's a very very chill, very chill character. Sometimes his behaviors, his eccentricities, get the better of him and compromises everything. He can be goofy and dumb at the same time, but his motivations hold true, and his respect for other characters' dreams hold true. This is a character that is very inspirational because he has a dream and he doesn't compromise and he doesn't give up. He respects other people's wishes and dreams, and he doesn't let them give up on it either. This is how you do a character. This is how you build a character, how you create a character, and how you write a character. And for all of us writers out here, we should really analyze everything about not just Monkey D. Luffy, but every single character that Oda has created to the best of our abilities, so that we too can strive to be great of a writers that we can be with the tool set that we have. Eiichiro Oda created a masterpiece, and it has held up for 20 years. Because remember, this was 1990. This was not 1990, but the 1990s. 90s. This was first came out in the 90s. And these 100 chapters really held up beautifully. They held up beautifully. We're talking, what, near 30 years? This thing's going to hit 30. This series, this story's going to hit 30. 30 years. And these first 100 chapters held up nicely. Cloud Door arc notwithstanding. And now that they're going to the Grand Line, I'm left questioning what the heck happened in the next 1,017 chapters that he has written so far, that he's still writing right now, that he's still creating. Because I thought the Grand Line was not going to happen until chapter 500, as is shown in that drags out. This thing didn't drag out. It got us to the point. It got us right to the point, and that's awesome. And now, as I join Luffy's crew to the Grand Line, I have no clue what to expect. It is just like as you saw how I reacted to Alvida, because it was the first time I saw her with the slip fruit. You're gonna be seeing first time reaction out of my face once I see what this Grand Line looks like, and all the characters to come. And he's a crew of 5, so he's naturally going to have more crew. Considering that this starter deck from One Piece card game spoiled a bit. It did spoil a bit. So I'm expecting to see the 2 characters that I paid attention to was Robin and Chopper. That was in this deck. I don't know the rest. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to be fantastic, and it'll be fantastic with all of you joining along with me as I read through this manga, especially if you've already read it and you want to join me for a second run. Thank you. If it's your first time, let's enjoy this together and have fun with it. But am I having fun? Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, I am having most fun. If my laughter at all the crazy scenes that I've seen is not an indication, well, here's the indication. I am having fun and I love it. Oh man. Comment, like, subscribe, follow. You know you want to. And head on over to Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com and grab yourself a copy of The Impossible Man, a strange fantasy novel written by me. You'll find the links down in the description below, along with links to other merch such as pins, stickers, t-shirts, and music. Please help yourselves. Thank you for your patronage. Please, by all means, if you're interested, you can hang out with me over on my live multi-stream, Twitch and Kick. You'll find the links in the descriptions down below if you are interested. And also, if you want to help me out, if you want to volunteer and help me out, you can shoot on over to my Patreon and participate. Volunteers are welcome. Thank you all. Thank you all very much. So, until the next set of chapters, we're heading to the Grand Line. I wish you all a good night, buenas noches, and oyasumi nasai.